Quarterbacks doing through a week of camp, and how did they handle scrimmage setting?
I was happy with how they went. The big thing for us is just understanding, that the play that makes ESPN doesn't make great quarterbacks. It's the play that make not top 10 that makes bad ones. And if you want to be a consistent player, if you want to be a great quarterback, right, you've got to take a bad play in a bad situation, and you've got to make it 2nd and 10. And I think they've done a really good job. You saw that today. Some really bad situations happen, and they threw the ball away. And I think that's the make of a good quarterback, and that's what we're shooting for.
Hey, Ken, you talked before about how special that stadium is, and I know it's not a game environment necessarily, but it's a lot of you guys' first time coaching there. And then also, just after everything's gone on over the last 6 months, and wondering if football was even going to happen, was tonight special? And also you being back with Coach Lavelle after a year.
It's pretty cool. I'll say that. When you walk in that stadium, and in stretch lines we played. We played what it's all about, and we got the war chant rocking, and it's a pretty cool thing when you're in that stadium with that going. And that's the environment that we're going to play in. And our guys got to get used to that. And I think they did a great job coming into that stadium and having a purpose. Because every time you walk in that stadium, there's been so many greats there that it matters and it's important. And when you walk on that field, it's special. And I think you could feel it today and feel it tonight.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
It's going great. How are you doing?
Not too bad. I'm somehow awake still, but
It's only 9.
We had Coach Norvell talk about the defense being dominant, and then when Coach Fuller heard that, he kind of laughed and was like, "Oh, that's an interesting word choice." For you, how do you think your unit performed tonight? Do you think the defense is dominant, or is just first scrimmage you expected what you expected?
I just want to be better. It's about as simple as that. We go out on the field, we have goals, we want to own the ball, right? We wanted to communicate signals, not get penalties, right? And we wanted to score. And at the end of the day, when you leave the scrimmage, we're going to go and grade it. And I don't like to comment too much based off of feel, because I like to go and I like to see it, what I'm talking about. So I want to be able to go in there and I want to be able to watch the scrimmage, and I want to see where we can get better. Because at the end of the day, if we just keep getting better, we're going to be where we want to be.
Hey, Coach. Coach Lavelle was saying that the best part of today's scrimmage was the communication level and getting signals in and out and getting players lined up. What did you think of that from the offense, and just what did you think of the discipline overall from the unit as far as penalties and stuff like that?
I thought the communication was probably the best we've had in a first scrimmage since I've been with Coach. I thought our guys did a really good job. I think our coaches on the field did a really, really good job. And I was really pleased with it. And I think that goes back to being, Zoom All-Stars. We've been being able to do signals and doing communication for, 4 months now on Zoom. So that's a huge part. And I think they did a really, really nice job with that.
Hey, Kenny, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you doing? Are you ready to go to bed, or are you good?
Yeah, I am. I've been up since 4. So
Oh, wow.
So we're up here. So, James Blackman, how do you think you did today? Initial impression, I guess, and from the time you worked with him in the spring from now, I guess, what's the biggest area of growth you've seen from James?
Well, I don't want to be specific with James. I want to kind of talk about all those guys. I think all those guys as a whole, I think we're putting a lot on their plate. I think we've taken what we've done over, a multiple year span at Memphis, elaborating what we do offensively, and we took all of those pieces and put it on them from day one. All those things that we built to with our quarterbacks at Memphis, we said, hey, this is on your plate. How much can you eat? And I think they've done a phenomenal job taking that information in and then applying it on the field. Now, do we still have a lot of work to do? Oh, yeah, right? But I do think that those guys are passionately trying to improve. And their mindset is get better every day. They asked me afterwards, can I come up and watch it when you grade it? I'm like, well, we have a meeting after. They want to watch it when I'm grading it. They just have that mindset that, they're hungry. They're hungry to be the best.
Hey Kenny, how's it going tonight?
It's going great. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm awake, so it's all good. Hey, Coach Norvell, you kind of mentioned about some of the young running backs. I guess really almost all your running backs are pretty inexperienced you got in there. So kind of any of the guys that kind of flashed with you tonight, and those young guys, but really, like I said, most of them are young. How do they progress?
Honestly, I think all three of them did a nice job. I mean, we're in there with multiple personnel groupings. We're putting people all over the field, and I look out there on a series, and we have 2 freshman backs on the field motioning and running all sorts of crap that we do offensively, and they're out there executing. And going back to the point we just talked about is I thought today we could actually go out there and function as an offense. Are there a lot of things we got to drastically improve on? Oh, yeah. A lot of fundamentals we got to get drastically better at? Oh, yeah. That's what we missed, though. We should be able to go execute a play. Okay? We've been on Zoom for 4 months, right? But what we got to improve on is the detail and the fundamental of our game.
Hey, Coach, me again. Offensive line, are they coming along like you would hope? Is it more about kind of finding those right 5 and getting in unison? Where are they at?
I think a combination of both. I think Coach Atkins is doing a phenomenal job. I think those guys believe in him. We're just trying to find a combination of, a combination of 5 guys who can get the job done. And right now we're still sorting through what 5 guys those are. And hopefully we'll get to an 8 guys who we feel comfortable with going into week 1. And we just got to continue to shift and move and kind of, find what pieces fit where in the puzzle and keep getting better.
Hey, Kenny, offensive line-wise, can you assess, just in terms of, I guess, maybe their ability to know what to do on certain plays and the physical ability to be able to execute what you guys are asking a bit early on?
Well, I think they've done from where we were back spring ball day 3 to right now, there's unbelievable improvement. I mean, it's a remarkable improvement. I think those guys know what is going on. They know what we want to get accomplished, right? But now I think it's the reps and the detail of it. When you talk about 2 eyes and shades, they know it. They know they know what they need to get accomplished. They know how they need to get accomplished. Well, not only do they need reps doing it. That's a one position where, reps. And I think those guys, the more reps we get at it, the better they're going to be. But I've been happy with how they've come along. And, like I said, I think Coach Atkins is doing a phenomenal job with those guys. And I think those guys believe in Coach Atkins.
Last one will be Irish football from Warchant.
Hey, Coach, I got a real quick one and a real question. First of all, are you up in the box on game day?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've actually been up in the box since I was a freshman coach in high school. So.
The other question I had was, we've heard a lot about Josh Gando during camp. Is he becoming the kind of player that when you're play calling or running things that you have to actually be aware of, not just he's a defensive end, but he's actually somebody you have to pay special attention to?
I mean, I think he's got unbelievable ability. I don't know exactly what schemes are being called against us at all times in terms of, what Coach Fuller is calling or wants him to accomplish fundamentally, right? So I don't want to comment on anything along those standpoints, but he has flashed. You've definitely seen flashes from him, and he's definitely a guy that I'm glad's on our team. He's definitely one of those guys you look out there and you're like, okay, I kind of wish he wasn't in the game right now, but I'm going to be glad on Saturday.